go. Well, hey, what's up, everybody? It's kind of spontaneous to be doing this. Definitely very much out of the blue, but for some reason, I just kind of felt like it was right to do a little bit of catching up with you guys. It's been a minute since I did my little farewell video. Actually, when was that? Hold on a second. I'm actually curious how long ago that was. It's definitely been a minute. How have you guys been? Comment below. How have you been? Have you missed me? Have you rewatched any of my videos? I still get notifications for comments that are left on my channel from you guys actually watching the videos still, which is actually pretty funny. Just seeing comments on like mostly human fall flat videos and stuff like that, which I kind of understood. Okay, so the last time I did a video was January 1st, 2023. Okay, so it's been a hot minute since then. And definitely a lot of stuff has happened. A lot good, a lot bad. Uh, it's definitely been very much a mixed bag since then. And I think part of the reason why this kind of felt spontaneous to talk to you guys about is because, so much stuff that has gone on, sometimes not getting to talk about it can just kind of feel overbearing on somebody. So that's kind of why I chose to talk to you guys about it. So let's talk about it. First of all, I am noticing on that farewell video, I don't know why it looked like it uploaded in such weird quality. I'm gonna try not to have such weird quality with this video. I think maybe it was just like somewhere in the editing, like that last video just lost a whole lot of quality because it looks a little pixelated, if you know what I mean. Um, yeah, so let's talk about what has happened since I stopped doing YouTube full time, or really at all. The main reason why I quit doing YouTube was so that way I would have more time to do training for professional wrestling. That was the main focus of it. And I did do that. I went off and I joined a school, a local school here. I've actually been to two schools now. The things didn't really work out at the first school I was there, but I also wasn't there. That's where we started to kind of get into the whole area of some good things happened and some bad things happened. Weirdly enough, a lot of the bad things started to happen around the time that I started doing my training. Just stuff with like work, my car, money wise, just stuff like that kind of distracted me from doing the training just because, stuff like the car needs fixed, stuff like the money, that means I've got to work overtime, which means I can't be at training and stuff like that. And it was negatively impacting me. And overall, I don't know what it was. It was just, I didn't think that I really fit in at the first school, basically. Like, have you ever like been on a sports team or something like that, like a football team, baseball team, or like just all in all, have you ever been with like a group of friends that are like not your friends, but you're kind of just among them? It kind of felt like that, where like I tried to fit in, but I just wasn't fitting. And probably part of that was because I was hardly ever there. And when you're not applying yourself like you should be to something like that, rightfully so, people are going to get annoyed with you. And I feel like that was kind of part of the reason why I didn't really fit in there. And also, it came down to I understood that I wasn't applying myself, which made me very annoyed that I wasn't able to express how far I was willing to go with it because I wasn't given the full attention. And towards the end of it, I was just so annoyed with myself and just the way that I had been treating the whole thing and not being able to show, this is what I can do, this is how hard I can go, this is what all I can apply myself with. And I did have the mindset of, taking a step back, getting all my ducks in a row, all the problems figured out, get the job stuff figured out, get the car stuff figured out, get the money stuff figured out, and then go back. But then when I started to get all that stuff figured out and I had the chance to go back, it just started to dawn on me more and more the fact that I didn't really fit in with that school and just kind of the style of training, I guess you would say. I That's the best word I can come up with. The style. I don't know, but it definitely worked for a lot of people. A lot of the people that I went in there with are now fully cleared and are wrestling and working shows, which I think is fucking awesome. I don't envy any of them. It's awesome that they get to do it now, and it's definitely going to be a hot minute, but sooner or later I'll be there too. Which is where we continue on to my next part. Like I said, I've been to two schools now. The second one I am currently in, so I'm kind of restarting my training, which, given the stuff that I learned from the last school, it actually kind of gives me a bit of a head start here with this school. I've already done a couple of matches, like with the trainees and stuff like that, and some of my coaches, and it's been a lot fun, or a lot of fun. And even my coaches, I kind of know them pretty well from my fitness classes. So just kind of that whole anxiety of trying to like fit in, it's non-existent because I already know that I fit in. Like, I know these people from here and here, and then getting to introduce myself to all these other people that are coming in, and the people that are in the classes with me. It's night and day. Like, I'm having such an easier time learning stuff, going through the classes. We do a little bit of a mix of everything. It's like fitness the first hour and a half, pure wrestling training the next hour and a half, and then the last hour is usually promo work or like tape studies or something like that, which is awesome. I love it. I love doing it. I definitely feel like I'm in a better place now with the training. The goal as of right now is to start actually wrestling by September. That's the goal. And it seems like it's far away, but honestly, with the way the year has been going by so far, it'll be here before I know it. I mean, it's freaking already the 5th month of the year. We're nearly already halfway through this year, which is wild to think about. But to kind of circle back, just so there is no weirdness about this, I didn't like hate, angry, fuck you to the other school. I actually did like it. It was just, a mixture of things where I just didn't feel like I fit in, and that I was just kind of being a nuisance to people that didn't deserve to have me be a nuisance to them. So I just kind of pulled myself out of what I perceive to be me being a problem, basically. I don't know why I had to add that bit in, but who knows? Maybe somebody needs to hear it. Where the hell was I? Oh yeah. So the wrestling training has been going really good. The character work's been going good. I think you guys saw a little bit of that in the last video. Stick around for that if you enjoy that. Yeah, other than that, what else have I been getting up to? Oh yeah, the set looks a little different. Especially compared to where it was when I was normally making videos. I literally have my phone sitting just on my dresser here, being held up by a massage gun, like a muscle massage gun. That was actually a good tip from one of my coaches, to get a massage gun for the sore muscles and stuff like that, which yeah, there are a lot of sore muscles that come out of training. A lot of sore muscles, stuff like that. I landed on my tailbone the other day, or the other week at practice, and like for the next 4 days I felt like a 90-year-old man. It was just so sore just doing any kind of walking, standing, anything like that. It was just brutal. But yeah, the set actually incorporates a lot of the figures that I've been collecting. It is wild to go back to some of my early YouTube videos and see just what the whole collection started as. Like, it was literally just like a little tiny cube shelf with like maybe 4 Funkos on it, and now it has spawned into like these shelves for Funkos, and then wrestling figures, mostly Batman figures. I have an entire shelf dedicated to Spider-Man. I have an entire shelf dedicated to The Undertaker, one of my favorite wrestlers. A miscellaneous video game shelf, another miscellaneous shelf, more tribute shelves up there. There's a whole entire freaking thing right here that's dedicated solely to Toy Story, which I think I had actually shown you guys that stuff before. But yeah, it's just out of control at this point, which definitely recently I've had to rein myself back, with training and all that. It does require having some money on hand for gas and gear and, stuff like that. Hospital bills aren't cheap. Um, Speaking of which, I was in the hospital a little while ago. I had something called GER, which was not fun. It was the day before St. Patrick's Day, actually. I started vomiting up like black stuff and like blood. It was not a fun time. I got rushed to the hospital. They checked me out, all this stuff, gave me medicine. My stomach hurt real bad, like for that whole week leading up to it, and definitely hurt for like the whole week following it. I think I was out of training for like a week and a half, and that started a string of just horrible like weeks of luck, which gets into more of like the bad stuff that's happened recently. I've had a lot of car troubles. Um, and it's no secret, I don't drive like a brand new car. Like, I think I did a video talking about getting my first car. That first car is still the car that I have, and it is not new. And a lot of stuff has gone wrong with it. A lot of engine issues, stuff that has been very expensive, and stuff that is like, as soon as money has gone into my account, it immediately disappears because most of it is going towards getting that fixed. And it's just been one issue after the other. And I just keep hearing the same thing, like, you need to save up for a new car, you need to save up, you need to get a new car, all this stuff. I'm like, I know, I'm trying, but when the car that I use for day-to-day use to get to work, to get to training, all this stuff, if that messes up, I have to get that fixed to make sure that I at least have a car in the meantime to get me where I need to go. So, I am in a work in progress to getting a new car. I actually was nearly about to buy a new car, but when we went to the dealership, we did the test drive and everything. We being me and my grandma, she decided to go with me just in case, because she has had a lot of experience getting cars from car lots and stuff like that. But I like the car, but then as soon as we started like looking and filling out the paperwork for it, we got to the section about like accident history, and it said that there was like a major body damage, like injury or like damage somewhere, but it didn't give any details on it. They couldn't provide us with any information on it. There were no photos taken, and even that accident history never showed up on that car's Carfax when we had looked it up. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, no fucking way, I'm not buying this. I literally sat the pen on the counter, looked at my grandma, and said, let's go. And I went right back to my old car. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to fix what's wrong with this car and keep it for a little while longer, and I'll be cool with it. So that's been the sort of situation on the front of the car. Oh yeah, circling back to all this stuff. This is kind of a big thing that I've gotten into recently since I stopped doing the channel, and that has actually been expanding the shelf with not just figures that I've bought, but figures that I've made. And that has been a very fun sort of hobby that I've picked up. A lot of like custom wrestling action figures. You've seen that I've done custom Funko Pops before, and I'm actually getting really freaking good at doing custom like action figures. I'll show you some that I've done recently. I did this. I finished this up just a little while ago. This is a custom Harley Quinn Funko Pop for the new Joker 2 Folie à Deux movie with Lady Gaga playing Harley Quinn, which I'm excited for. I loved the first one. But yeah, I've done that custom Funko. Let's see, I've got this custom Adam Copeland, custom AEW figure of Adam Copeland. Like, the list goes on and on and on. And if you guys do want to see me posting all of these wrestling figures, my Instagram, which I believe is still in the description of all these videos, my Instagram is where I post all this stuff. I am super active on my Instagram. I'm posting like constantly, at least once a week, whether it be like a public post or a story or something like that. I'm always posting on there. So if you do want to follow me in any kind of like social media platform, Instagram would probably be the best one aside from YouTube. And you can see my wrestling training. I post clips there sometimes. It's mainly about the custom stuff that I do. But yeah, it's been very fun, and like I said, it's been a great like creative outlet for me. You know, where I just have like an idea or like a thought of something that I really want to do, and then getting to piece that together, having the idea in my brain, and then making that come to life in figure form has just been awesome. You know, I've done some custom Funko stuff for friends of mine that have gone into wrestling. Some of my trainers I've made figures of. Some people that I never thought would get figures, now they have figures because I made a custom one of. And I got to actually give a custom figure to one of my favorite wrestlers as of right now, Steph DeLander. It was at a GCW show, I think maybe last year or a year or two ago, something like that. But yeah, she was part of the show. I had made this action figure of her, and when I saw that she was supposed to be having a match against Maki Ito at the show, I was like, perfect, I'll bring it along. If I get the chance to say hi, I'll stop, say hi, like, hey, I made this, yada, yada, yada. Got the chance to say hi, got to meet her, gave her the figure, and she freaked the fuck out. Like, she was having a lot more fun with it than I thought. Like, she was showing it off to all the other wrestlers and stuff like that at like the merch tables and stuff like that. It was very fun, and that's kind of one of the main reasons why I post a lot of these like custom figures, you know, tag the wrestlers and stuff like that. A lot of them think it's really awesome, and through doing the custom figure stuff like that, I've gotten to touch base with a lot of awesome people on Instagram. I would say PWR Lucha is one of them, Riot Zoo is one of them. They both do a lot of really great work, and I buy a lot of their stuff to help with projects and stuff like that. So I would 100% recommend them if you're in the custom figure area or trade. I would definitely check them out for their stuff. PWR Lucha makes custom wrestling clothing, and then Riot Zoo does a lot of 3D printed heads. I buy a lot of his stuff. I'm actually waiting on some stuff from him as of right now. I think it's a couple like custom heads of like Sky Blue, the Fiend, Bray Wyatt's new Fiend that they showed off in the documentary, stuff like that I'm waiting on. And I've got my little shelf area right over here. This is like my work in progress. So there you see up there. Those are all the figures that I'm currently waiting on heads to go ahead and finish. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun doing the custom figure stuff. It's been awesome. That has been a positive for me. Continuing on with the wrestling training has been a positive. The car stuff definitely been a negative. And recently, I think probably the most negative thing going on right now, and I think will kind of be the last thing that I talk about in this video before we start wrapping up. I found out towards the beginning of this year that my job is shutting down the building that I work for. Um, I think it was just a case they told us where like they're not getting the appropriate amount of business in this particular area in order to keep the building open. So they're kind of shutting it down. They did say that they would give us like a good notice before. Like we're still kind of working. Like it's a warehouse. So we're in the process currently of like shipping out all of our inventory to different warehouses of the same company. Um, and then after that, like once all the stuff is completely moved out, then that's when they'll shut it down. And even then they said that they would give us like at least a month's notice before like the last day. And everyone's staying on pretty much at this point. Everyone's staying on just to get like a severance bonus, so that's nice that they're giving us a good advanced like heads up of when it's shutting down and also giving us a severance bonus. So I'm definitely sticking around for that. Hell, with all these car troubles, I definitely need the extra cash. Um, yeah, it's just a bummer, you know. On top of all the car issues and the uncertainty of the training and stuff like that for a while, like it finally started to feel like I was getting everything back on track, and then just getting hit with that bombshell was not fun. Like it took me a couple days to actually like have it hit that this was happening. And when it actually hit, I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? You know, living ain't cheap, especially this day and age. So not having the certainty of a job. And what really sucks about it is the place that I work at is fucking awesome. Like the people there are awesome. The environment is awesome. Like you go to so many places and there's like one or two people that you actually like to talk to. Here, I like talking to everybody. It's it's been really fun. And I remember after like the little meeting that they had everybody in to tell us that the building was shutting down, like I remember everybody walking out of it and we all looked at each other like, and this was like halfway through our shift. Like there were some people that left immediately. Um, but the people that were still there working, like when we passed each other, it just looked like we were at like a funeral, basically. Like we were just husks all of a sudden. Like nobody hardly talked, hardly anybody smiled for the rest of that day or even most of the next day. Like everyone was just still in shock and just trying to piece everything together. I think there was one lady in the meeting that was asking questions because she had just started like a 401k, and literally like a couple days before they went with this meeting and told us what was happening. So it was just a very shocking thing, obviously. And I don't know what I'm going to do next. I've looked at some places. I'm just trying to find something with a very similar schedule, just so I'll have the time for my training and stuff like that. Nothing with like crazy mandatory overtime would be nice, but that's slim pickings for what I'm looking for. So fingers crossed we come out on the brighter end with that. I guess we'll find out what happens with that when the time comes. But for the time being, everybody's kind of gotten back into the swing of things. I'm keeping positive about it. Everybody's keeping positive about it. You know, we got a little group together about sending info to each other if we get any leads on good jobs and stuff like that. So that's always nice. Like I said, everyone there is awesome, and that just goes to show you another thing that we're full-heartedly trying to find each other good jobs like after this, and everyone's definitely gonna miss each other, seeing each other every day. Some people have already left and decided not to stay for the severance, so it's been a bummer seeing them leave. You know, all these people that I've known since like my first day there. What would it have been like 2 3 years ago? So just the thought of no longer seeing all these people there every day is just a real bummer. Uh, But, you know, stuff happens. Sometimes life throws you a curveball. You got to know what to do when that happens. Um, Good grief! I just realized I've been talking for like 25 minutes. Was there anything else I wanted to talk about? Gaming. Honestly, I haven't done like a ton of gaming since I stopped doing the channel. I have a few games still installed on my laptop. Like I play Minecraft still from like time to time. I hop on for a little while, like venture around, do stuff like that. I haven't really gotten on to Human Fall Flat since I stopped doing the channel stuff. I would like to. I was shocked when they announced Human Fall Flat 2. That was interesting. Some of the new levels I've seen people play. I've seen videos of people playing them, but I haven't played them myself. Uh, Maybe for old time's sake, maybe one of these days I'll record a video doing some of the new levels. Who knows? Uh, but I it has come to mind whether or not I've wanted to like come back to doing YouTube even as like a part-time thing because like I said like doing the wrestling stuff the wrestling training I wouldn't have a lot of time for YouTube, but that's not to say that I can't upload a video like every once in a while. You know, it doesn't have to be some long form video. I had the thought, like, when I was really getting into like the custom figure stuff, like doing videos, like tracking how I make the custom figures and stuff like that. But that would still require a lot of editing and stuff like that. I just don't know if the demand is there. So I think I'm just going to keep it as it was and just kind of post this as the like the little update like hi, how are you, how have you been, stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, it's crossed my mind, but I think the desire's not really there anymore. uh which kind of sucks to say. Like younger me would have been shocked to hear this because younger me was so excited to do YouTube, but just after trying to do it for so long and then the realization that I can't do both wrestling and YouTube and one thing's got to go, and making the decision to make it have YouTube go was a bummer at the time, but all in all I feel like I made the right choice. And I think I've made the right choice in uploading this just to say hi to you guys and know that I'm not dead, and nothing crazy has happened. But to those of you that have followed me for a while, to those of you that are still subscribed, I'm actually very shocked that the subscription number didn't just like plummet down after I announced I wasn't doing any more videos. Actually, shockingly enough, I'm still getting some subscribers by the day without uploading a single video. So that's kind of a shocker. So to those of you that are new to the channel who newly subscribed, I'm Jacob. I'm the Wrestle Dude, and I don't upload anymore, except for this, just to say hi. But yeah, I appreciate everybody that's been watching, has stuck around. It's going to be a real shocker when you see this notification pop up like the Wrestle Dude has uploaded a new video for the first time in a year and 6 months or whatever. It's going to be really head jarring. So, yeah, I just wanted to record this, say hi. It's also been a while since I've recorded anything where I've had to do like speaking, which I definitely feel like I need to do more of considering I need to do promos. That's kind of been one of the things that I've needed help with a lot during my training right now, is just making like an interesting promo. Like my voice just sounds very monotone a lot of the time. Sometimes I feel like I need to be a little more flamboyant and stuff like that. I guess also part of the reason is the time crunch. They're like, you got 30 seconds to cut this promo. I'm like, I don't know if I can do 30 seconds. I don't know. And it's also a bit of a camera shyness thing, I guess. Like recording like this, where it's literally just me in my room and it's like midnight, where I know like nobody else can hear me. I feel a lot calmer, but you know, with somebody holding a camera for me and like 10 other people behind the camera, it can feel a little awkward sometimes. So that's definitely something that I feel like I need to work on. And who knows, maybe I'll do more little sit down and talk bits like this with you. Just chit chatting, giving little life updates. If you guys would like to see that, let me know below. But we're going on half an hour here, and I don't think you guys want to hear a lot more from me. So I'm going to let you go. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for listening to my little rant about everything that's been going on. I hope everything's been good with you guys, each and every one of you, each and every. What are you? How many are 9.7K? That is wild. That is freaking wild. Almost 10,000 people are sitting around waiting for me to upload something. Well, the day has finally come, I guess. So thank you to everybody. I appreciate you watching. Appreciate you listening to me. Like I said, hope you've all been well. I don't know when the next time I'll talk to you guys will be, or I don't know what we'll talk about when we see you guys again. But I know when we do, I'll have a big smile on my face, and hopefully I'll be able to tell you that I'm finally wrestling. So we'll see if that comes true on the next little life update from Jacob, the Wrestle Dude, Jack Doe, whichever one you want to call me. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. That was fun.